What's going on, guys? Bengal King here, coming back at you with another video. Today doing another rebuild. As you can tell behind me, the background is entirely different, not what you'd expect. So I have moved. However, I have not secured an apartment yet, so I'm staying with my aunt momentarily until that does happen. So the setup is not quite what you're used to. It's definitely less professional, but we're kind of going back to my roots when I lived in a hotel briefly when I was in overflow housing at my college. My sophomore year, and here we are now. I'm at my aunt's. It's a bad lighting. It doesn't look that great, but we're gonna make it work. And of course, if you guys want to support my living habits, you can use code Bengal on SeatGeek and even save yourself $20 when you need to buy tickets for anything. But let's go ahead and get right into the Green Bay Packers rebuild. We got Matt LaFleur as your head coach. We're gonna be changing that a little bit. It's only a 75 overall team. It's a pretty low overall. But of course, we do have one of, if not the best quarterback in the NFL talent-wise. And he is 35 at this point, but he is a 90 overall. Superstar X Factor. It is, of course, none other than Aaron Rodgers. I think he is the most talented QB to ever do it. Of course, you gotta give greatest ever to Tom Brady at this point. Just the rings, the playoff appearances, you can't discount it. Tom Brady's just as good as it gets from a greatness perspective, but has there ever been a more talented QB than Aaron Rodgers? Maybe not. I don't know. I have a hard-on for Rodgers, clearly, as you guys can tell. But some of this team's got to go. This is not going to be your completely bog-standard, super realistic rebuild, so we are going to be good to get rid of some of the dead weight. Maybe that's Brian Bulaga. It's probably certainly Jimmy Graham and Mercedes Lewis if I can find trade partners. The wide receiving group needs to get a whole lot better. Of course, Devontae Adams is a stud, but outside of that, I'm sure they're going to be big fans of Geronimo Allison and Jake Kumaro and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Equanimous St. Brown even, but we've got to do a whole lot better. Don't really need to worry about backup quarterbacks. Deshaun Kaiser really shouldn't come into play with injuries turned off, but we got Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams in the backfield. Should be a good combo. Outside of that, there's not really too much going on. Corey Grant, he's really fast. That's kind of it, but he'll work well across the offensive line. I like what we have working here. David Bakhtiari is a monster. Brian Bulaga is good, just a bit older at this point at 30. We'll have to see how regression works with him, and then we'll make some decisions based off that. Loved Elgton Jenkins at Mississippi State. Really versatile offensive lineman that played guard, that played center a ton, even played some tackle. He played all 5 positions for Mississippi State over his time there for the Bulldogs, so he's a versatile monster. Corey Linsley's going to be our center for the time being. Lane Taylor starting at left guard, but we'll have to see what we do with him. He's 29, 71 overall. He's going to regress down into the 60s already, so definitely going to have to get better across the offensive line, at least with Lane Taylor, maybe even more. And then defensively, I really like it. Tramon Williams, he's not going to be starting at free safety. Darnell Savage is going to be doing all of that. And then I do need to find a spot for Rashawn Gary. Here's what's going to happen with that. I think Rashawn Gary is a 3-4 defensive end or a 4-3 defensive tackle, yet the Packers are like, maybe you play outside linebacker. And I know they run a 3-4. I do not think Rashawn Gary is an edge. So this is my rebuild. This is my team. I'm running the team. I don't think Rashawn Gary is an edge. I'm not going to play him there. I'm going to slide him inside to be a 3-4 defensive end for us. And he's going to be perfect in that right end role. Is this Montravius Adams? It is. Kind of forgot he got taken by the Packers. Kenny Clark is one of the most underrated players in football at that nose tackle spot. Actually generates pressure as well. Dean Lowry in there as well. Could be worse. Cornerback group, I like it. I'm probably going to play Josh Jackson. They got a safety. Justin Jones. This is Josh Jackson. Sometimes I screw that up. But of course, I recognize the mistake and I correct it immediately before even clicking on it. But Josh Jackson's going to play over Kevin King. I think it's a really good trio of young cornerbacks. Jair Alexander's a great player, up and coming. Linebackers are all right. We got Oren Burks, Blake Martinez. Not ideal, but off the edge, Preston Smith is good. Zadarius Smith is good. Both 2 new Smith additions to the edge for the Green Bay Packers. Kyler Fackrell had a ton of sacks last year. Like, not a ton, but a decent bit for Kyler Fackrell, who's not even particularly good. And then the safety group, they brought in Adrian Amos from the Bears. It's a decent team. It's young. It's up and coming. Adrian Amos honestly seems kind of high at an 87 overall. And of course, special teams, we got J.K. Scott and Mason Crosby, longtime Packers kicker specialist. I guess we'll keep things how they are. Rashawn Gary is going to be a rush end for sure. Yeah, for sure. Blake Martinez can work at sub linebacker, and then everything else is going to stay as is for now. I'm going to get rid of some of the dead weight, maybe try to get some picks for the future, and see how we can compete in the very, very competitive NFC North. Okay, boom. First trade, and probably my only trade, is going to be Jimmy Graham, Kyler Fackrell, and a future third for a first-round pick from the Steelers. Jimmy Graham is 32. We don't need him. Kyler Fackrell is going to be a little bit buried in the depth chart, and we're giving away a future 3, but bringing back a first-round pick, so I am totally fine with that. We're 74 overall. You guys have seen the team. I will see you guys at the midseason mark. I'm playing offline right now because my internet is so bad here that I can't use cloud franchises, and holy hell, I did not realize just how long the offline simulation takes. I might be here for hours like I used to be in Madden 16 and Madden 17 doing rebuilds just because of how long the simulation took. I thought we were past this. Oh my goodness, this takes forever. So for some people ask why I don't use my custom draft class sometimes, the one that I created for Madden 20. It's only on PS4. Some people ask, oh, are you going to put it on Xbox? I have no way of doing that. And for some people, like, well, do you want me to do it? I'm not going to, like, go over every single rating and player with you guys for you to take it over. So it's just not going to be on Xbox unless someone has both and wants to do it. Sorry, Xbox guys, it's just the way it is. But for the realistic rebuilds, I do use the draft class because I want that immersion to be there. I want that realism to be there. But for the regular rebuilds where kind of anything goes, I think it's more fun to use the auto-generated classes. So that's why I do that. But of course, for the Patreon supporters, the guys that go above and beyond to help me out and support me, got to add some of the new ones into the draft class. So let's go ahead and do that. Link is in the description, by the way, if you care to do that at all. It's obviously not required, but for those who like to go above and beyond, it is an option. Appreciate you guys a ton, obviously. So, newest one is Stephen Keating. He is a 5th round receiver. Of course, all these are auto-generated, and that's where he just happened to be. So, Stephen Keating, wide receiver out of Idaho State. Interesting. Oh, midseason mark, we are not doing well at all. 3-5. We were 1-3 when I imported the draft class, or when I auto-generated and then imported the player, Stephen Keating, of course. So we've improved slightly. We won a couple of games in there. Now, Brian Bulaga is a free agent. Had I known that, had I been aware of that, I would have traded him already. I really would have at 30 years old. Now, I am going to retain him. For 2 years is probably fine. He is going to regress a bit, maybe down to an 81. But that's still going to be good for 2 years. We can find a replacement during that window. Gonna have to up that probably a little bit as he wants more bonus, so I have to improve it even more. Mercedes Lewis, no one really wants him, so whatever. But Blake Martinez at 25 years old, 82 overall star development, definitely a player I'd like to bring back over a long-term contract. And Blake Martinez has re-signed. Again, I'm not really too concerned with the rest. We'll deal with Brian Bulaga at a later date. I am going to spend some coach XP and then simulate to the playoffs, which I doubt we're gonna make. You kidding me? All right, well, we made the playoffs. We won the division even. How does any of this happen? And I think the Packers are a team that can definitely compete this year in the NFC North. However, I didn't think we would in the game after such a rough start, but we almost won out. It was a loss to the Lions in Week 17 that prevented that, but we won in Week 10 all the way through Week 16. And then only lost by a touchdown in the final game of the season. Kind of odd. I really didn't expect this to be a playoff team after seeing 1-3 and then 3-5. Aaron Rodgers still had a crazy good year. 4,400 yards, almost 35 touchdowns. We had a great offense. Defense was a little bit lackluster. A-Rod threw a few too many interceptions, in my opinion, at 14. Just under one a game. It's not bad. That's a great year. Don't get me wrong. But just, a little bit more than I would have liked. We're not running the ball effectively. Aaron Jones is good. He averaged, 5 yards per carry last year? Only 3.5 in simulation this year. Still got over 1,000. But, not every 1,000-yard rusher is created equal. 1,000 yards is no longer the baseline for whether you had a good season or not, because you could just be getting fed the football. Doesn't really matter. Averaging under 65 yards per game and still getting 1,000 yards, not particularly impressive. Davante Adams was particularly impressive with 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Geronimo Allison, 10 touchdowns. Probably was our slot receiver because that's just what happens in sim. Slot receiver gets pounded the football, especially in the red zone. It doesn't matter the overall of the receiver, I'm telling you. Everything is scheme dependent, and that's so frustrating in this game. But Blake Martinez led the team with tackles with 117, 8 tackles for loss, 19 from Kenny Clark, though, led the team, 13 for Preston Smith, 10 for Dean Lowry. Quarterback sacks, 9.5 for the rookie Rashawn Gary out of Michigan. Might be good enough to win him Rookie of the Year on the defense side of the ball. 7 sacks for Kenny Clark. Interception, show me Darnell Savage. Ooh, interesting. Shahir Alexander had 5. Josh Jackson with 3. 1 for Darnell Savage. Adrian Amos had 1. Oren Burks even had 1. Any forced fumbles? I see at least 1. We had 3. Martinez, Smith, and Tyson. Of course, Mike Tyson. He was the boxer. He's actually playing football now, so that's pretty neat. You check out yearly awards. Todd Gurley won MVP of the 13-3 Rams. What team am I doing? The Packers? No Packers in there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Todd Gurley. Aaron Rodgers in there at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. No Packers, but Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kyler Murray of the 8-8 Arizona Cardinals. Packers in here. Jay Sternberger. That should be our tight end of the future. I should have started him over Mercedes Lewis, if I'm being honest. Probably would have had a good shot to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Defensive Rookie of the Year is not Darnell Savage. It's not Rashawn Gary. It's actually Devin White, who seems to win it almost every single time here. A little bit frustrating, but we did place kind of high. Will any development traits have gone up? It's super unlikely at this point, especially with not winning any awards. You'll usually see it at the end of the season if you get it at all. And I'm not really noticing any development improvements that I can see. Rashawn Gary has a star. Darnell Savage has star. But other than that, nothing has changed. I'll upgrade the team. Darnell Savage had 6 upgrade points. Did I read that correctly? We'll go ahead and upgrade the team. Yes, 6. Josh Jackson with 5. Rashawn Gary with 5. These are default XP sliders as well. Everything's at 100. That's what I'm using. That's what I've been using for all of these thus far. I know a lot of you guys get those questions. I pretty much haven't changed them. But we'll see if we can beat the Panthers at Lambeau, at home in Green Bay, Wisconsin, to advance to the divisional. And usually it's very, very quick. I got to practice my timing now because it takes forever. But we do. We beat them 38-35, as you can see in the top left. Interesting. We got the Eagles in the divisional in Philadelphia. We'll see what happens. And we were not so lucky. 27-10. Unfortunately, lose. But we didn't expect to win, all right, in any of these games. We didn't expect to make the playoffs, and we did. So I really expect good things in Season 2. Just got to focus on building up the defense, maybe get Aaron Rodgers some more weapons. Maybe that's a tight end. Maybe that's at wide receiver. Maybe it's even another running back to add into the mix. Maybe it's more protection on the offensive line. And, of course, defensively, got to get some more playmakers on that side of the ball. Broncos beat the Cowboys 31-17 in the Super Bowl. Brian Bulaga has only regressed to an 83. I'm definitely intent on bringing him back for at least another year. He wants more bonus, so I'll give him slightly more bonus. I'll go up to 6.5. If he doesn't accept, we're going to franchise tag him. But, of course, Brian Bulaga resigns. It's going to be 2 more years. Geronimo Allison is an impending free agent. That's another player I'd like to bring back. 3.85 per year for 3 years. I'm going to have to go a little bit higher than that. We have almost no cap room. 3 mil? Geronimo Allison returns. Mason Crosby's here. Oh, my God. We have no money. I can't re-sign anybody else. That's kind of crazy. We got to free up some cap room. What is eating our cap? It's going to be in team here. I know Aaron Rodgers is going to be responsible for a lot of it. Devontae Adams. Zadarius Smith. Jesus Christ. Let's just see 2020 cap hit. So Aaron Rodgers, Zadarius Smith, Devontae Adams, David Bakhtiari. Who is expendable here? Brian Bulaga's big. Kenny Clark's big. I need these guys. They just brought in Billy Turner's here. I got to get rid of Billy Turner. He's so bad in this for his salary cap hit. Lane Taylor's got to go. Dean Lowry, got to go. Jesus, dude. These are really, really bad contracts. Those 3 players have to go. I'll trade them for whatever. I just spit all over the place. We have no money to sign guys, so what's the point? Tyler Eifert is here. It'd be an interesting signing, but financially it doesn't make any sense to do that. Miles Jack is here. He'd be a really good combo with Blake Martinez, but again, we really can't bring anybody in. We just have no money. Bring back HaHa Clinton Dix? Probably not. So I guess we're just going to have to essentially simulate to the draft and see what we're capable of doing. We have 2 first-round picks. We'll see where those end up being. Hopefully we hit on them. I haven't seen the draft class really at all, so I don't know if there's any talent. But we're both going to find out. And by both of us, I mean there are tens of you guys watching these videos, so we're all going to find out. NFL draft time. We pick at number 19 overall. Dolphins hold the number 1 overall pick. Here we are at number 19. We also pick at number 25. And we'll see what we're capable of doing here. Don't need a quarterback, but this one out of Arizona State looks fairly good. There's a really good wideout that I was looking at, but don't think we're going to be able to get him. I'm unsure of what we really need. I almost think it's a scenario where we take the best available. I know we have some needs at potentially defensive end to replace Dean Lowry because I plan on trading him at right guard or left guard. We have potentially a need because the versatility of Elgin Jenkins, I cannot understate that. He can play wherever. So we basically have our pick here. So it might just be, who do I think is going to go first? Either the edge rusher or the guard. And I think what we're going to do, we could take an edge rusher and then move Zadarius Smith down to 3-4 defensive end, which is a role that he played in Baltimore. So do I want Taj Burnett out of Oklahoma? He's an OU boy. Loses points there. Darren Marion. Ooh. Ooh. It could be kind of nice. He looks pretty good. Another guy that would fit in real nicely on the defensive line there. So it's almost like, who do I think is better between those two? And then Thurman Whitfield, who's also an edge rusher. Doesn't really fit our scheme. We'd have to kick him outside. It's outside linebacker, which we could do. I think I'm going to go Darren Marion and play him at 3-4 defensive end and keep the edge rushers where they are. He's a 74 overall, number 10 in the class. Ooh. With star or better development. I know you guys love when I do that. It's like, Bengal, we know, you know. It's like, but some people don't know. So we like to leave it as maybe it's star, maybe it's also superstar X Factor at number 19 overall. But also, I don't know. Number 25 now. I don't know why I'm doing like commentator voice coming out. I'm going offensive line here. It's going to be Frederick Eason out of Florida. Welcome to the team. 76 overall, normal development. Number 4 in the class. We took him at 25. I guess his draft class wasn't too stacked if he's a 76 overall at number 4. I mean, that's okay. But, I mean, we've seen a whole lot better. I also have a choice between wideouts here. We have Tyrone Collins out of Notre Dame that we know all about him. And we know that he's good. Slot guy. He's going to be a good route runner. Good catching. We see his athleticism. Or Jeff Hendricks out of Nebraska, where I don't know everything about him. We can see his top skills. He's a deep threat with good short route running. A little bit odd. Not incredible speed. But I won't lie if I was to say I'm not intrigued by him. Here's the thing. Tyrone Collins looks way better. Balanced for sure. But Jeff Hendricks also is A- short route running. I'm going to go Tyrone Collins. I think it's a better fit for us. 70 overall. Ranked number 38. We took him at 57. Everything's good except for deep route running. Looks really, really good. Catching traffic could be higher as well. I'm interested to see what Jeff Hendricks is. I might go one by one, and then I'll show you guys when he gets drafted. Ooh, we're at number 25, and he has not been taken. So we might as well take both. What's the worst that can happen? He's bad, and who cares? It's a video game. He's a 65 overall. We made the right decision. He has 82 short route running. He actually doesn't look terrible, just he's not that fast, and his release is poor. We're going to be trading this pick down. It's number 4 or 4th round. Doesn't fucking matter. We'll pick up a 7th next year from the Patriots as well, and we're done here. Let's check out the draft recap. It looked like I didn't care there. I definitely do. But also, like, I didn't know anything about these guys. They were going to suck either way. So, might as well just let the CPU waste their time, which doesn't even exist. Kendrick Gunter, the number 1 overall draft pick, was a 71 overall middle linebacker. Not ideal. The top players in the class were 78s. So that's pretty good, but then it only 177. I thought we had a 77 almost. Am I wild for thinking that? We had a 76. Okay. We did well in the draft, especially considering what's here, but overall, a pretty weak draft class. Like, kind of bad. Not gonna lie to you guys. Aaron Rodgers regressed to an 84. Okay. That's, that happened. I don't like that at all. Ooh, Darnell Savage got up to superstar development. Any particular reason? Just cuz? I like it. That's a fine reason. Just cuz is fine. Dude, I bet Darnell Savage is a freaking sim. We're gonna find out. I'm super excited too. I love superstar development. Like, I really, really do. I think the yellow is so cool. And it's a rare trait, honestly. I'm a big fan. So we took Marion and we took the guard, who's going to come in and start immediately. I need to trade Lane Taylor and Billy Turner and Dean Lowry for literally anything. I just need them away from the team. Boom. Billy Turner, Lane Taylor, Dean Lowry to the Dolphins for a fourth. And I know what you're thinking. Manuel, that's not really, you're not getting a whole lot back for that. It's just a salary dump. We got 20 mil in cap room now. We needed to create some space. It had to happen because we were in a really, really, really bad spot for cap room. 3 mil is poor. I don't know if you guys are students of math or not. I'm certainly not, but I know that. I know 3 is not as many as you need to have. Yeah, that sounds right. This dude's name is Raven Green. Are you... I guess he has to be real. Sounds like a Harry Potter name. What is that? So this is the offense for Season 2. I'm playing Tyrone Collins as our third receiver and in the slot. I want him to get some touches. I think he can gain a development trait and surpass some of the guys in front of him. Marion, I need to play really well. He's going to play a lot. He's going to be left end. Also, if I could play him... I mean, that's kind of really all he can play. But that's fine. That's the team. We're going to be in a good spot. I'm liking where we are. Tyrone Collins in the slot. I'm going to use some of our coach XP. We've got a lot of it. 85 offense, 79 defense, 80 overall. We're coming to play. We're going to be successful. I'm going to do DB. I'm going to do OL. And I'm going to do LB. Defense focused per usual. It's cheaper and I think it's better in general. So that's what we're doing. We're simulating to the midseason mark. I'm going to turn auto scouting back on it, and I will see you guys there. 4-4 at the midseason mark. But if we do what we did last time, and we just explode in the second half, we're going to be fantastic. Now, David Bakhtiari is going to be a top priority free agent to bring back. He's a 97 overall. Kenny Clark, also very high priority. Aaron Jones. I want to bring back everybody. Corey Linsley. Kevin King. Jamal Williams can go. Josh Jones can go. But those top few, I mean, definitely need to return. It's top 4. Top 5 even. Oh, we're not going to have big time money to get this done. Okay. This might be a little bit tough. All right, David Bakhtiari returns. That's nice. Everything's nice about that. Kenny Clark also wants big time money. He's not going to get a 3-year deal. He's going to get like 6. He's 24. We're gonna sign him to a huge deal. That way, it's less money for us now, although it's just stretched out. So Kenny Clark comes back as well. Aaron Jones, 25. 5-year deal is fine for him. It's a very interesting looking. It's not a face scan, but it's. I don't like it. I don't know that. I don't want to give Corey Linsley a big deal because I fear that he's going to go into the 70s. I mean, I guess I could give you 2 years. If I offer him less salary and less bonus and less years, he's just going to be like, no. So it's basically like we'd be franchise tagging a center, which I'm not even sure what the money for that would be. Probably 8 to 11 mil per year, and I'm just not really about that. Kevin King probably can get 6 years and then a little bit more money and bonus. So our cap room, we're just a little bit under 20 mil in total. We're doing fine. We're just going to have to get backups along the line. And that's going to get it a little bit more expensive than I would like. But overall, things are good. I'm going to use some Coach XP. I'm going to upgrade the team, and I'm going to see you guys for the playoffs. Don't blink, because it's going to happen right next. I'm not going to snap or whatever, but it's going to happen now. Oh, we didn't make the playoffs. Very nice. Of course. Love when that happens. We went 6-10. with a better team. Always love when that happens. It's fantastic. Check out the regular season. You know, the second half is really bad. Last season, we won out after the bye, after week 9 at least, and then only lost in week 17. This time, that was our only win in the second half of the season. So that's very cool. Aaron Rodgers was still quite good, threw for a ton of yards. Not so many touchdowns, though, and our defense was good. How did we only win 6 games? Was the offense just really lacking? Seems like it may have been. 22 touchdowns. Like, what's happening, Aaron? What's good with that? Aaron Jones was slightly better. Averaged more per game, averaged more yards per carry, had more touchdowns and more yards. I like that. Receiving, Tyrone Collins had a great rookie year, over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Devontae Adams still over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Just the touchdown numbers are down all across the board. Offensive line was good. Defensively, Blake Martinez still led the team in tackles. Tackles for loss, 15 for Preston Smith is quite good. Sacks, 10.5 for Kenny Clark. Darren Marion only had 3.5. He wasn't a rush end, though, so I guess it makes sense. Interceptions, we had a few for the team, several for the team even. Just no individual player really had all that many. Only forced 2 fumbles as a team, and then 1 touchdown defensively. That was Kevin King. We'll check out the yearly awards. I hope we won some type of Rookie of the Year, as Drew Brees on the Patriots wins MVP. I'm not even going to bother addressing that really more than that. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Todd Gurley, who won MVP last year in the franchise. Jameis Winston in there. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. No Packers. Offensive Rookie of the Year is receiver Tyrone Collins. Seth Brown at 3. Okay, Seth. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Cortez Tarpley. Darren Marion at number 3. But for those of you guys who are Madden 20 experts at this point, you guys know what I know about Darren Marion that makes Darren Marion very, very interesting. And that is the fact that Darren Marion has Superstar X Factor development. Pretty good. Only 23 years old. I like Superstar X Factor. That means he's going to go up really, really quickly. His X Factor ability is Fearmonger, which is pretty cool. But, very nice. Did anyone else go up? We'll see later, probably at the end of the season. That was just the development becoming revealed. Season 3, I would say, is certainly going to be a playoff year, but with Aaron Rodgers continuing to regress, and it's going to be quite apparent after this season when Aaron Rodgers is a 78 overall, heading into Season 3, that something needs to be done. We might have to draft a QB here. That's super disappointing. I don't really know how to handle this. So we'll have a little bit more money. 7.2. I didn't realize the Packers cap situation. I mean, we really can't bring anybody in. Gerald Everett maybe is our best bet. I'll just rock out with Chase Sternberger. Okay. No money is really, really annoying. This is why when I'm a little bit more conservative with my spending in these rebuilds, sometimes you guys get a little bit annoyed, but like, you are so limited when you can't do anything because you got to retain your best players. And if we go out and we spend frivolously, there's no way that's going to happen. And we haven't even signed any free agents. Have we? No, we haven't signed anybody. It's just been drafting. And have I signed? No, I don't think I signed anybody. We just didn't have the money for it. And we still don't. We really still don't. And I need at least 20 to make at least one move, so. NFL draft time. We pick at number 9 overall. The one thing I've noticed about the offseason is it just jumps right there in the draft for the offline draft. I mean, not offseason, offline draft. It's incredible how quick it goes. In online, it kind of scrolls through it quickly. In this, no, you just get... You cut straight to the chase. Oh, the quarterback class is bad. That is annoying. I might have taken one here. There it is, by the way. Aaron Rodgers, 78 overall. I jumped out of the draft real quick to check out what I might want to draft. Aaron Rodgers, 78. That's so annoying. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know if that's stupid, but it's annoying for sure. And Darnell Savage has Superstar X Factor. Dude, I am so down. That's sick. Darnell Savage, it seems like a player you guys want to go out and get, but he's going to be really, really hard to acquire, so you can't really. So you kind of have to be the Packers. He's got Zone Hawk. Very cool. And he'll even get an ability when he hits 85 overall. No one else has moved up. Actually, Preston Smith has moved up to star. He was definitely normal before. Has anyone else moved? I don't think so. I'm going to have to go Antoine Hawkins here. He looks like a fantastic tackle, by the way. He's going to be really, really good. He's my Brian Bulaga replacement. Simple as that. And he's going to be sick. 76 overall, number 7 in the class. Star development. Or it could be better. Who knows? It's hidden. He is overall pretty damn good. So, I mean, do I trade Brian Bulaga now? I think people are not going to like that, but it has to happen. So, sorry. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Get it? Game of Thrones? I don't watch this show, but I watched it first couple seasons, first like 4 maybe, when it was on, and then I stopped. Matt Hadley. Matt Hadley looks kind of good. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks kind of good. We could use a backup tight end. Sean Godfrey looks okay. I'm gonna go with the tight end though. Yeah, Matt Hadley out of Wisconsin. Only 6'2". Maybe he's like Shannon Sharp, man, where he's not a super tall tight end, but he's still productive. And he's a 76 overall, ranked at number 6 in the class. And he has, who knows what development. It's a mystery. Gonna have to hire the mystery gang on there, Scooby-Doo and whatever. Mystery crew, the mystery bus, I don't know what the fuck they're called. Speaking of Shannon Sharp, here's another player with a boy's name. Just kidding. Get it? Because Shannon is a girl's name? Pretty good. Of course, the brother of Shannon Sharp, Sterling Sharp, was a sick receiver for the Packers that is super underrated all time because his career was cut short due to injuries. But why not take another receiver? Shannon Perry ranked number 91. We took him at 105, and oh no, I accidentally simulated to the end. Shit. Oh, Hadley's going to be our fullback. No, I'm going to start him over Jason Sternberger. Has to happen. I didn't even mention Kingsley Keke. He was just so buried in the depth chart, didn't even notice him. So apologies if you wanted Kingsley Keke to get his own shout out in this Packers rebuild. But I actually liked him a lot at Texas A&M. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was a really good value pick by the Packers, who I think had a really good draft overall. They got a ton of talent and a ton of potential. It just all comes down to utilizing their players in the best way. Darnell Savage needs to play over the top. You need to groom him into an Earl Thomas role if he's capable of doing so. I know that's high praise. Rashawn Gary cannot be an edge rusher. I really don't think he can be successfully. Well, maybe with some success. I think his best role for his highest, most success chance is going to be as an interior defensive lineman. That's where he's going to be best. Just put on 10 pounds. His athleticism is insane. His strength is insane, but technically he's not sound. He's not a great edge bender. I just really don't see him being a top-tier edge rusher. I don't. But, you know, maybe he develops those skills, maybe not. That's really annoying. I'm so close to CJ Mosley, and I just can't do it, which is probably good, but also frustrating. Fear Nasir up to an 84 overall. He'd be another cool player. I can't wait to get to the Chargers because I want to see how this secondary progresses. They got a bunch of fun players. All right, boom. I kept trying to trade for linebackers. This is a trade that goes through, and it's a really good one for us, obviously. Geronimo Allison, we don't need anymore because of that drafted rookie receiver from last year. And Brian Bulaga, of course. We drafted this tackle this year that's going to be better over the long term. We're going to be doing this season, probably another one after this. So Shaq Mason is a huge addition to the team. We still need linebacker pretty bad. But offensively, Shaq Mason is an incredible addition because now that frees us up completely to trade away Corey Linsley if we want to move Elgton Jenkins to center, which is what I probably will opt to do. I'm going to leave Eason at right guard. Maybe Shaq Mason can play left guard. I mean, I'm going to change things around. I might opt to make another trade before the start of season number 3. So you guys will see anything that happens, obviously. All right, I'm trading Corey Linsley straight up for Jannard Avery, which, I mean, I don't even know why I did it. I know that sounds odd. I'm not sure Jannard Avery is even a good scheme fit. In fact, I feel like, to me at least, he's more of an edge guy. And I'm trying to trade for a middle linebacker, and that's just not what Genard Avery is. He's not face scan of the game, of course. He's got great finesse. I mean, he has some great ability coming off the edge, but he certainly cannot cover. And I almost wonder where we use him at this point, unless, because I don't have a middle linebacker, I could opt to transition to a 4-3. I'm actually not going to do that because, I mean, if I consider Rashawn Gary to be an edge, that works, but I don't know. We have to stay in the 3-4. I just have to trade Genard Avery probably at this point. That was an interesting move I just made. That's one of the real first ones where I'm like, why did I do that? It's not bad because I was going to get rid of Corey Linsley anyway, and I got a player who's younger and better. But it was a weird one. All right, Genard Avery and a 4th for Jordan Hicks. Hook 'em horns, of course. Got to mention that. And that's a good addition to the team. That's going to fill a huge, huge hole at middle linebacker. We've now got a great combo working with Blake Martinez and Jordan Hicks, who has star development, by the way. That's definitely a welcome addition. I'm not sure what I expected him to have. I mean, star is good. I guess I didn't really think about it. Now, my main goal is now sign a backup fullback. Or sign a fullback, excuse me. Promote Hadley to starting tight end. And, I mean, we still could do with an upgraded receiver. But I'm content where we are. We can always make that addition in this upcoming offseason if need be. But I don't think we're going to have to. Tajay Sharp we could bring in. I'm cool with wide receiver for right now. I'm cooling. This is going to be the team for season number 3. I brought in TJ Yeldon. Honestly feels like a Packers player. He's just, you know, very well balanced. And I feel like, I don't know why I associate that with maybe the Packers. These face models look very, very similar, but they are different. That's our rookie right tackle and our rookie tight end. Both, I think, with star or better development. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to promote Tyrone Collins to number 2. I am going to, on defense, leave everything the same. It looks pretty good. Jair Alexander up to an 87 overall. I like to see that. This is going to be a really fun team in 2 years. You gotta bear with me for a second. Marion's going to go after the QB. Rashawn Gary is going to go after the QB as my rush ends. And then Tyrone Collins is going to stay in the slot. Aaron Jones as our 3rd down running back and our power running back. Why not? He's got the balance. He's got the ability to do so. I will see you guys at the midseason mark. I'm expecting big things. I'm hoping for big things. And by big things, I mean, like, give me 4 wins, 4-3. I'll take. I really will. That's what I'm talking about. 4-3 at the midseason mark. You can't get what you don't ask for. We have a little bit of Coach XP that I should be able to get wide receiver or something up here. No. Oh, that's a free agency influence. Oh, but still no. Fantastic. Devontae Adams is going to be a free agent. Says that we have 6 players. Who are those players? Anyone good? Oh, yeah, that entire draft class, huh? And I'd like to bring back this top 5 with maybe the exception of MVS. How much money do we have? Enough. All right, so J.K. Scott, Josh Jackson, Jair Alexander, Devontae Adams all come back. MVS, I'm not really going to do anything with him right now because I don't know what my plans are going to be for the offseason. So right now, I'm just content leaving him without a contract. So we're going to upgrade the team a little bit. We're going to progress these players. And I will see you guys for the playoffs, which hopefully we make. I need a bounce back year from Aaron Rodgers. And I know what you're thinking, well, Bengal, if he regressed and had a bad season, and then regressed even more, how can you expect a bounce back season? That's a really good question. I have no idea, but I'm hoping it happens. Ooh, no playoffs. Gotta love that. How'd we do? Oh, 6-10 again. Very nice. Very nice. Love when that happens. There's no real reason to check the schedule. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I guess it's a slightly better year. Our defense really didn't hang. Aaron Rodgers has to be replaced. That's a pain. That's a pain. Aaron Rodgers had a great year. Aaron Jones had a great year. Devontae Adams had a good year. Tyrone Collins was good. Marquez Valdes-Scantling was good. The rookie Matt Hadley out of Wisco was good. Offensive line performed well. Blake Martinez had a ton of tackles. It's just the real frustrating thing at the moment is having to replace Aaron Rodgers. And that's a really tall task. And this is a real question that the Packers are going to have to ask themselves in real life, like they did with Brett Favre. At what point is it worth looking into a potential replacement? And as Aaron Rodgers is 35, you could argue that despite having pretty good numbers last year, and that means like touchdown interception ratio is incredible, despite not having incredible overall numbers, maybe a slight down year by Aaron Rodgers standards at 35 years old, at what point is it worth considering other options? I mean, that's some real stuff right there. It really is. So, I don't know, man. It's worth looking into, and it's a situation that we're gonna have to think about right now. Do we sign without a free agency here in 2021? And that's, I believe, when Aaron Rodgers' contract comes to an end. Oof, we are in quite a spot, huh? Heading into season 4, which could be the final season, and probably will be. Okay, so this is the decision on MVS. How good are you? 78 overall, 27 years old. Honestly, we can do better. And are you really going to spell your name Trey, T-R-A-Y? Like an actual Trey? And Chandon? I mean, what are some of these names here? Chandon? I mean, that sounds normal enough, but Trey, T-R-A-Y? I don't have a problem with any other ones, really, but, like, I didn't even see Chandon. How many Chandons do you guys know? 9 million cap room. It's enough to bring in somebody. LVE is here. I don't want it. Harrison Smith is here. Don't want it. Is Adrian Amos really regressing? Dude, regression, I'm going to say it. Slightly overpowered. Kiki QT is probably going to be the guy I go after. No one else seems to want him, so why not? I mean, Anthony Miller's here too. He's getting some contracts, so... Kiki QT, this is really all we can afford, which is a little bit upsetting. I need to take that salary down a bit. How many points is that? 102? That should be enough to sign him. Other teams are going to make offers. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but other teams will. Not that we could afford Kirk Cousins. A-Rod's is 72. I mean, we really wouldn't be able to afford Kirk Cousins in any scenario. I'm so distraught. I'm going to have to trade Aaron Rodgers if anyone wants him, and the interest is going to be real low. He does have superstar X Factor, as Kiki QT accepts. Now we have a good trio of wide receivers. We're in such a tough spot. We're going to have a decent pick. It's going to be a top 10 pick, I would guess. Maybe number 9 again. Number 6 this time, actually. Aaron Rodgers is killing my cap. Does anyone want him? Ooh, we actually have interest from a few teams. I'm going to trade him for whatever I can. Vikings, take him. Number 13 overall. I'll do it straight up if you want. We can totally get that if we want. What's the other team? The other team is the Falcons. Where do they pick? I guess Matt Ryan's done. He's still there, but he's ass. We're gonna try to make a trade with the Vikings. All right, Aaron Rodgers, a backup left tackle, which is just throwing away some extra money at him. Not like anything crazy. We could have just cut him. But a first-round pick next year for a first-round pick from the Vikings. He's gonna stay in division. Oh my God, this is Brett Favre coming out of retirement to join the Vikings. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I know that's gonna annoy some Packers fans. You're gonna trade him in division? Get over it, okay? Relax. Just take it easy. Just take a deep breath and calm down. That's so funny to me that he's going to the Vikings. It's Brett Favre literally all over again. But it's draft time. I need a quarterback. Anyone will pretty much do. They can't be much worse than a 72 overall at 38 years old. So we'll see how we do. We might have to trade up. Giants pick at number 1 overall. Where are the QBs here? Any at the top of the board I can trade up for? No quarterbacks. That's crazy. The first one's at number 20, and he's bad. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, back-to-back shit quarterback classes. I mean, Miles Baldwin doesn't look awful, but his talent is early third. He doesn't look awful, though. But it's for the class, so it's... Even though he's the best in the class like that, he's probably still third-round talent. Oh, that's so annoying. I I mean, Patrick Bennett looks like he could be sick. Really, really strong. Really fast. He's an insane athlete. And he's got some great top skills. And it's so tough because we don't need one. We really don't need a defensive tackle. I mean, we could use a backup. But we really don't need him. But sometimes, I mean, you guys see these all the time. I'm a sucker for drafting defense. And I love to take best player available. Antoine German looks really good as well. He looks really, really good. Some good safeties as well. I'm going to have to. I wish I could do anything else. I'm going to have to take him. Patrick Bennett from the U. Welcome to Green Bay. Ranked at number 9. We took him at number 6. Nice. Hidden development. It's going to be a star or maybe something else. 76 overall is not bad. 84 power move, 92 strength, 80 speed. I mean, he's really good. He's going to be a good backup, maybe even a trade piece. And I'm afraid at number 13, I'm going to have to take a quarterback. I'm upset about it because he's not that good. But I don't have any other options. God, I have to take him. He's a 67. It was the best option. I know it's awful. We knew it was going to be awful. It's like seeing a shit sandwich on the table and be like, that's going to taste really bad. But you're so hungry. And you know it's going to be bad. But you're like, maybe I'll just bite into it. And then, I don't need to get graphic with you guys. But it tastes fucking like a shit sandwich. And we just got that taste. So, I mean, we knew. We'll take Jim Katz. He's a center out of UNC. Great combine. Good player overall. Backup center. We're going to simulate to the end of the draft. I don't know what I can do to get a quarterback at this point. I probably should have traded that first round for a QB. And now I don't have a first round pick because I traded that for the first round pick where I took the shitty QB. Wow, this was not done that well, honestly. I'm gonna level with you guys. I didn't handle the QB situation well, and I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers to regress that heavily, but he did. Yeah, I mean, when I realistically rebuild the Packers, we're gonna handle this differently, and I'm gonna draft Aaron Rodgers understudy way before, but we're still not gonna have money. And this was done very realistically. For the most part, of course, but I need a quarterback. It cannot be Miles Baldwin. Why does that name sound so familiar? I don't know. We're trading a second-round pick for, I believe his name's Case Connolly. He was a quarterback from the first, I want to say the first draft class, the first draft year of this rebuild. I was hoping for better development than normal. But it's a 72. And he's definitely better than Miles Baldwin. And Devontae Adams still has not gone up to Superstar X Factor. I don't think it's going to happen at this point. Defensively, anyone go up? We still have Bennett. Nah. Dude, I read this as Shitworth. Who is this? CPU drafted Sheldon Whitworth. I actually don't know what his dev is. And now, it doesn't matter. I am going to look. Because you can. I don't know if you guys knew that. You can look if you want to. He's a star. Whatever. And people are, you're ruining whatever. It doesn't matter. Me knowing is just so I can know. It's not going to change my actions. He's not going to start either way. He's not good enough. I wanted to know. And then you're going to say, but Bengal, if he had Superstar X Factor, you'd find a way to play him. Maybe. I mean, he's a 65. I don't really know who he plays over. I'm going to upgrade the team, simulate to the midseason mark. If this is not a playoff team, I'm going to be really upset. Because there have been way too many of these where we don't make the playoffs when the team's good. Quarterback training boost. Get in there. This team needs to perform. It really does. I'm tired of mediocrity. We're going to be at least an 83 overall as a team. I want to say we'll go up to an 84 after that upgrade. As we go up to an 84, 85 offense, 89 defense. It's time to play, boys. Losing time is over. Come on, show me a good record here. 5-2. All right. That's competitive. The Vikings are 6-1 with Aaron Rodgers, I guess. Or Kirk Cousins. No, Kirk Cousins on the Patriots now. I think they signed him. I was checking through that. The Bears are also 5-3. We're all winning. Is Aaron Rodgers the Vikings starting quarterback? I mean, he might be. That'd be dangerous. We really can't. We cannot have the Vikings win the division. With Aaron Rodgers, it just cannot happen. I would not be able to live that one down. Nope, their quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe it. I don't believe what's happening. I'll go ahead and upgrade the team here. The fuck? Yo, I decided to stop the sim. The Vikings are 9-2. We're 6-5. This is how we go 6-10. I get to the second half of the season, we're just like, what if we lost every game? Like, it's insane. Look at this, man. Stop losing. Just win. Just win, baby. Listen to Al Davis. Stop fucking losing. God. We're not going to make the playoffs. I'm upset about it, clearly. Show me something. Show me that everyone was cut. I love seeing that. Oh, we made the playoffs. Yo, that's sick, actually. It's whenever I lose full hope that I am redeemed and we actually make the playoffs. 10-6. I dropped my controller. I don't have it. So I need to pick that up now. So this is the team for the playoffs in the 4th and final season. We're balling. Offense is like, whatever. Defense looks sick. I always build a good defense. And we're finally performing. Darnell Savage up to an 88. Anything else kind of crazy? Adrian Amos hanging around an 87. Jair Alexander up to a 90. Rashawn Gary is moving on up. Kenny Clark's up to a 96. Marion's up to an 84. Honestly, he's not like progressing all that quickly. He'd be a higher overall defensive tackle. But, I mean, we're doing all right. It's just, and I'll show you guys the stats for this past season before we hop in to the playoffs, as we're going to super sim as well. Case Connolly was great. 10th best offense in the NFL. And we had the 4th best defense. That's why we made the playoffs. We should have probably won more than we did. But Case Connolly, good year. Rushing Aaron Jones, 18 touchdowns to go with 1,200 yards. Awesome. Devontae Adams was great. Tyrone Collins was great. Hadley at tight end was fantastic. Those are great numbers for a tight end. We did really, really well. I don't know. Where is Blake Martinez? How do you only have 52 total tackles? I don't even know what to say to that. As far as sacks go, Rashawn Gary had 11, led the team. Marion at 8.5. 8 for Kenny Clark. 7 for Zadarius Smith. We actually finally got pressure. We got some more interceptions than usual. We forced some fumbles. Only 3, but I guess that's whatever. At least 1 defensive touchdown. Kevin King. Hell yeah, brother. Yearly awards. Ezekiel Elliott wins MVP. Use code Bengal on SeatGeek. Anytime you buy a ticket for $20 off. Aaron Jones at number 6 for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Jalen Smith. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Damon Thorne. No Packers. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Zach Sinclair. Patrick Bennett at number 3, who didn't even really play that much. All right, y'all seen the team. It is time for a Super Sim against the Cowboys, who are an 83 overall. So we're a better team than they are, roster-wise. How does that work out in the game? We're going to find out, kind of, because we're going to watch it on Super Sim. Going up early. Please score another TD. A field goal works. Touchdown works there. It's 17-0. 24-0. Dallas finally answers at home, but they're getting thrashed. Oh, and they didn't even score on that. Oh, my God. 30-3. The Cowboys get throttled at home. At Jerry World. Case Connolly was unbelievable. 125.5 QBR. 32 for 36. 349 yards passing. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Aaron Jones was kind of nice. Not much else to say other than that. Touchdowns, 2 for the tight end Matt Hadley of his 4th catches. Tyron Smith let up a sack. Tackles for loss. Just check out the Packers. A sack for Patrick Bennett. 2 for Zadarius Smith. Half a sack for Darnell Savage. 1 for Blake Martinez. A pick for Josh Jackson. I think that was a red zone pick too. That stopped the Cowboys from scoring there near the end of the game. So we're advancing to the divisional. We are in business. Oh my God. This could not be more perfect. In the divisional, in Minnesota, versus the Aaron Rodgers-led Minnesota Vikings. They're a 74 overall. How about you suck my dick, game? How about that? 74 overall, 13-3. Why not? Why not? That makes sense. Except that it doesn't at all. Real barn burner so far. Minnesota goes ahead. It's not we. It's 17-3. But we answer with a touchdown before the half. Get back on the board. There we go. We missed the extra point. It's 24-16. Oh my goodness. This game is probably over. We're going to hop back in. Down by 7. Down by 8. Because we missed the extra point. That's right. 2nd and 7. That looks like John Gruden. There's no way John Gruden is the head coach of the Vikings. What is this fantasy land? Also, the game's already over. I didn't even realize. We have no timeouts. They're in victory formation. That's what we hopped in for. That's John Gruden. I'm looking at him. It's John. What is happening? The game's over. That's really frustrating. But, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure this is not exactly what Packers fans wanted when you think about a Packers rebuild. Watching Aaron Rodgers take a kneel on the other team to go further in the playoffs for the Vikings, the vicious rival. I don't get it either. They're a 74 overall. Madden Sim is broken, as is my heart, as are your hearts if you are Packers fans. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed as always, and I will see you in the next one. Use code BENGAL on SeatGeek for a discount.
We'll